Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today it's Sunday and it's March the 22nd, 2026. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets that you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. So feel free to like and to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. And our news story today is coming out of Fort Bragg here in North Carolina. Here is the headline, and it reads, Fort Bragg soldier charged with murder in Tennessee shooting. I'll provide you with a summary here, and I'll identify some of my sources for you in the description box. This is a news story about a crime that extends from Fort Bragg, North Carolina to Knoxville, Tennessee, then back to Fort Bragg, and now it's heading back to Tennessee for final disposition. And the person involved is one of our very own military service members. And the incident we're addressing took place in the city of Redwood, which is a city in Rowan County in Tennessee. The date was Christmas Eve, December 24, 2025. Reports say the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, with the assistance of the Rowan Police Department, were investigating a homicide that occurred in a wooded area near a local highway in Rockwood, Tennessee. Now, this wooded area was a makeshift home, and its resident was the person they had been very familiar with. His name was Tommy Cooper, age 48, and he was found deceased from an apparent gunshot wound. And this is what police had to say about this deceased man, that he was well known to them. He had been associated with several arrests in the past. His most recent was for the possession of several illegal weapons, to include a military rocket launcher, several improvised devices, several muzzle-loaded rifles, and some other illegal weapons. And he had recently made the news after he was tracked down by a Tennessee Fugitive Task Force and arrested. And my point of sharing that is to say that this person, who's now deceased, was well known to police, and now he was a victim of a homicide. So back to the homicide of Christmas Eve. It was determined the homicide was the end result of an altercation involving several family members, resulting in one dead and one member transported to the hospital for injuries that were sustained. So there were several eyewitnesses, and it was revealed that the person responsible for the homicide was a soldier from North Carolina, identified as this man here, 25-year-old Army Specialist Jacob Ryan Stinnett. And the deceased man, Tommy Cooper, was confirmed to be a blood relative. So it took several weeks for the investigation to run its course as they waited the full autopsy findings as well as the results from toxicology. And earlier this year, a grand jury met to determine if anyone would be charged, and it was determined that the person responsible was Specialist Stinnett and that he would be charged with second-degree murder. And so on February 20th, 2026, investigators obtained an arrest warrant for Stinnett, charging him with one count of second-degree murder. 3 days later, on February the 23rd, he was taken into custody on Fort Bragg by CID, and he's currently in the Cumberland County Detention Center awaiting extradition back to Tennessee. And for Bragg, when they were contacted by a local news channel for a comment, they released a statement. It says, "We are aware of the arrest of Specialist Jacob Stinnett in connection to a shooting that occurred in Rockwood, Tennessee on December the 24th that resulted in a death. We are working with local authorities and the Department of Army Criminal Investigation Division. The incident is currently under investigation by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation." And let me tell you, this is all Fort Bragg is going to say about this incident. And because this case is happening outside of the area in Tennessee, I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to have future updates, but I'll try to stay in link with some of the resources that are currently listed, and I'll bring you whatever updates show up in my field. And that's all I have for you right now, but feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video, and by all means, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks like just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.